I still can't sleep most nights. That's why I'm telling you this at 3 a.m. while everyone else at this cabin retreat has drifted off. I need someone else to know what happened to me last winter before I started college. Maybe then these nightmares will stop. It was during that brutal cold snap in Ravenhollow when the temperature dropped to -20. My parents' heating bills were astronomical, and I needed money fast. That's how I ended up at Midnight Wash, this ancient laundromat tucked between a boarded-up pharmacy and what used to be a funeral home. The help wanted sign in the window had frost crawling up its edges like bony fingers, but I was desperate enough not to care about omens. The interview was strange. Mrs. Blackwood barely looked at my resume before hiring me. The fluorescent lights above us flickered in a rhythmic pattern that made my temples throb, and I swear the temperature dropped 10 degrees when she mentioned her daughter would be training me. "Elara helps around the place," she said, her smile never reaching her eyes. "She's particular about things. Just humor her and you'll get along fine." When Elara emerged from the back room, my skin prickled with goosebumps. She couldn't have been more than 17, with this alabaster pale skin that seemed to absorb the light around her. So petite she barely cast a shadow. But her eyes, God, her eyes, they were unnaturally large and so dark that the pupils and irises merged into black pools. "Can you do this?" were the first words she spoke to me. Then her eyes began to, vibrate isn't the right word. Oscillate. They moved side to side at an impossible speed while remaining locked on mine. The sensation was like having ice water injected directly into my spine. I couldn't look away, even as nausea crept up my throat. Behind her smile, too wide, too many teeth, I sensed something ancient watching me. "Carson, right?" she finally said, releasing me from whatever had just happened. "You smell like fear." "I like that." The weight of dread that settled in my stomach that day never really left. It only grew heavier. My third shift, I was folding abandoned clothes when I heard it, this soft, wet giggling that seemed to echo from everywhere and nowhere. The sound made the hair on my arms stand on end. I followed it to a row of industrial dryers. The giggling got louder, interspersed with what sounded like bones cracking. The drum of the third machine was slowly rotating, and inside was Elara, her body twisted into an impossible pretzel shape. Her neck was bent at an angle that should have killed her. Her face pressed against the glass, those pitch-black eyes fixed on me. "I'm just cleaning it," she whispered, her voice somehow crystal clear despite the barrier between us. Her breath fogged the glass in rhythm with my own panicked breathing. I backed away, muttering something about needing to help a customer. Later, when I passed by again, the dryer was empty, but the glass was still warm and smelled faintly of ozone and copper. That night, I dreamed of being trapped in a washing machine, water rising around me while something with too many teeth swam circles below. The incident with the child happened a week later. A young mother with hollow eyes and nervous hands brought her little boy, couldn't have been more than 5. As I helped her with detergent options, that familiar giggle echoed from the back of the store, now harmonized with the child's laughter. My blood turned to slush in my veins. I found them at the Devourer, our massive industrial washer for heavy loads. Mrs. Blackwood had named it jokingly, but there was nothing funny about what I saw. Elara was halfway inside the massive drum, contorted in a way that made my mind struggle to process what I was seeing. Her joints seemed to bend in directions human anatomy didn't allow. She was handing the boy quarters, her black eyes doing that vibrating thing again. The child was transfixed. "Just close the door," she was saying in a sing-songy voice that didn't match her mouth movements. "Press the red button. Then you'll see the real me." "What will happen?" the boy asked, his voice unnaturally flat. "We'll both go someplace special." I lunged forward, nearly tripping over my own feet to reach them. "Hey! Stop!" Both heads turned to me in perfect unison. For a split second, I could have sworn the boy's eyes were black and vibrating too. "We're just playing," Elara said, her voice suddenly childlike. "Weren't we, little one?" The boy nodded mechanically, then wandered back to his mother as if pulled by invisible strings. I watched him go, noticing how his gait seemed slightly off, like he was getting used to walking in a body that wasn't quite his anymore. "You're no fun, Carson," Elara pouted, unfolding herself from the machine with fluid grace. "He wasn't special enough anyway." "Special enough for what?" I demanded. Her smile widened until it seemed to split her face. "To take my place, silly." That night, I almost told Mrs. Blackwood everything. But when I approached her office, I heard her having a conversation, though I could only hear her side of it. "Yes, it's almost time." "No, the new one doesn't suspect." "Of course I've been feeding her, but she's getting restless." 27 years is a long cycle, even for our kind. I backed away so quickly I knocked over a bottle of fabric softener. The sound made Mrs. Blackwood go silent mid-sentence. I fled back to the front counter, my heart hammering against my ribs like it wanted to escape. Everything came to a head during the closing shift 2 weeks later. A blizzard raged outside, the wind howling against the windows like something trying to claw its way in. We hadn't had a customer in hours. I was emptying the lint traps when Elara appeared behind me, though I hadn't heard her approach. "Do you like me, Carson?" she asked, her breath unnaturally cold against my ear. I froze, lint trap still in my trembling hands. "Sure." "Then why won't you look at me?" "Really look at me?" Something in her voice compelled me to turn around. The moment our eyes met, hers began to vibrate, but this time there was something different. As they oscillated, I caught glimpses of something else behind them, an endless void filled with spinning machinery, countless bodies tumbling in industrial drums, their features blurred by centrifugal force. "What are you?" I whispered. "I'm trapped," she said, her voice suddenly overlapping with dozens of others, men, women, children, all speaking in unison. "We all are. But you can help me escape." My body moved against my will, following her as she walked backward toward the Devourer. I tried to scream, but my vocal cords were paralyzed. It was like watching myself from a distance, a puppet whose strings were being pulled by those hypnotic, vibrating eyes. She opened the massive door and began to climb inside, her body folding and twisting in ways that made my mind scream. Joints dislocated and relocated with wet popping sounds. Bones cracked and reformed. Yet her head remained perfectly still, eyes locked on mine. "Close the door. Start the cycle. Set it to maximum," commanded the chorus of voices from her mouth. "Then I can wear you, and you can wear the machine for a while." My hands moved robotically, closing the door with a final sounding thud. I typed in the settings. Only then did I realize with dawning horror that she'd already fed the machine with tokens. The sick, twisted thing had planned this all along. As my finger hovered over the start button, I caught a glimpse of my own reflection in the glass door. My eyes had begun to vibrate too. The machine filled with water that looked too thick, too red to be water. Elara's face pressed against the glass, unmoving even as the drum began to rotate. Her neck didn't twist with her body. Instead, her head remained perfectly still, eyes fixed on me while her body spun behind her in the rising crimson liquid. "We've been doing this for so long," the voices said. "Since the first washing machine was built. We need new vessels every cycle. Your turn now." The lights flickered as the machine reached its spin cycle, the sound of straining metal filling the laundromat. For a single merciful moment, darkness fell, and the connection between our eyes broke. I stumbled backward, slamming into a folding table. The impact jolted me fully back to myself. Elara's face was still pressed against the glass, but now she was screaming silently, pounding on the door, her eyes desperate. "Let me out. Please." Her voice was suddenly singular, young, terrified. "It's coming for me. It's been using me to find a replacement." That's when I saw it, a shadow moving behind her in the churning red water. Something with too many limbs, too many angles, folding itself around her. I didn't stay to see more. I ran, ignoring her screams that followed me out into the blizzard. I never went back to Midnight Washington. Told my parents I needed to focus on college prep. 3 months later, I moved across the country for school, hoping distance would dull the memories. Last week, I received a package in my dorm mailbox. No return address. Inside was a single photo, the interior of Midnight Wash with a help wanted sign in the window. If you look closely at the reflection in the glass door of the Devourer, you can see someone who looks exactly like me, staring out. But I'm here. So who's there? Even more disturbing, I found a quarter in my pocket this morning that I don't remember picking up. When I touched it, I swear I heard that familiar giggle, and for just a moment, my eyes started to vibrate. Sleepless update, hours after writing this, I discovered something that makes me question my own sanity. I went to the communal laundry room in my dorm building to face my fears. That's when I noticed there's no reflection of me in the washing machine door. None at all. But sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can feel myself spinning. Tonight, I've started having nosebleeds. The blood is oddly thick. And I've been hearing whispers coming from the sink drain. They're saying it's almost time for my cycle to end. I think I never escaped that laundromat at all. Have you had a similar experience? Feel free to share in the comments below. This story is purely fictional. Any resemblance to real events is purely coincidental. If you enjoyed this story, please like and leave a comment. Your support means the world to me.